What's up guys, my name's Brandon, and even though the Apple Watch Series 4 and the Apple Watch Series 5 added some cool new features, the 2017 Apple Watch Series 3 is probably the one you should be considering over both of these watches. And in this video, I'm going to explain why. So of course, as you guys know, I do buy the new Apple Watch every single year, and while the Series 4 and the Series 5 have both seen great improvements both externally and internally, I still find that the Series 3 performs like a 2019 or a 2020 Apple Watch, or just a tech product in general, performs extremely well. And just so you guys know which watch I'm working with here, this is the 38mm aluminum GPS plus cellular model in the space gray colorway. Now you do also get a 42mm watch face option as well if you want a slightly bigger watch face. I personally prefer the bigger watch face, and I would imagine that most males prefer the bigger ones and females probably prefer the smaller, more petite screens like this one. Now we do have watchOS 6 running here on the Series 3. That is the latest version of watchOS, and I honestly don't see support for the Series 3 dropping in 2020 or 2021 with watchOS 7 or watchOS 8. So the life expectancy of the Series 3 is terrific. This just means that we're going to continue seeing, performance enhancements, new features added throughout the years. And that's always a great thing to know going into buying an older piece of tech. You want to make sure that you're not missing out on something that like the newer watches like the Series 4 or Series 5 are going to be getting. And once again, you're not going to get all the new features that the Series 4 and Series 5 are going to get in the future just because they have a few extra capabilities added on. But in terms of just overall software and performance enhancements and things like that, you're going to be right on par with the newer, more expensive Apple Watches with the Series 3 here. And speaking of that performance, the Series 3 still performs great here in 2019 and in 2020. I have no lag issues or really issues with apps loading or going through the apps at all. The only major complaint I have is the boot up speed, which is extremely slow here on the Apple Watch Series 3. It's at least 4 times slower compared to the Series 4 and like at least 6 to 7 times slower than the latest, the Series 5. Now, I personally do not let my Apple Watch die very often. It does happen though, and I just wanted to make you guys aware that it does take forever to boot up, especially now, in 2019 going into 2020, we're used to things happening so fast, it seems like an eternity when you wait for this thing to boot up. So if I did have to have one con for the performance, it is definitely the boot up speed. But as for just opening up applications and loading things inside of applications, everything runs perfectly fine. Now, obviously it's not quite as fast as the Series 4 or the Series 5, but honestly, you're not really going to be able to tell a difference between the two unless you're just loading up the same application on both watches, side by side. You're really not going to notice at all. And especially if you have a, older generation Apple Watch or you haven't had an Apple Watch before, you're not going to notice any difference at all. Everything's going to open up very fast. Everything's going to open up and load very fast. Everything's going to run just fine. And that's especially true because most people don't really use very, performance intensive applications. Most people just use like the activity application. You may open up your mail, you may check the weather, the calendar, things like that. And those are mostly stock applications. Now, of course, you do have the App Store on here, so you can download applications from the App Store, but most people aren't going to be doing, a lot of very intensive applications. They're not going to be running a lot of intensive applications. So performance is great here on the Series 3 still. And even though I always get my Apple Watches in the GPS Plus cellular option for LTE, the cellular capabilities aren't really something that most people are going to need. It is $10 a month if you want to be able to make phone calls and, do other things directly from your watch without needing your phone nearby. But the reason I say most people won't need it is because most of us just keep our phones nearby at all times. But then again, if the price is right, having a cellular capable watch is nice for both resale value and also if you ever wanted to enable LTE sometime in the future, if you just wanted to experiment with it and see if it's actually worth it for you. It's nice to be able to have that at least there so you can enable it if you want. Now, as for the design and the build of the Series 3, it is the last Apple Watch made with the original design. So you are going to have, the bigger bezels and the smaller, more boxed off screen. But in reality, unless you're comparing it side by side to like the Series 4 or the Series 5, it's not going to be a major difference. And it's definitely not something that anybody will notice when you're like out and about at a store. Even if they have like the Series 5 on their hand, if they look over and see you with an Apple Watch, they're not going to be able to tell that it's a Series 3. It's really nothing you're going to be able to tell unless you look very, very closely at the two side by side. But you definitely can see here that the Series 4 and the Series 5, this is a Series 5 over here on the right, Series 3 of course on the left. It does have much less bezel and it's more rounded off. It's kind of hard to tell here, but especially with the complications you can see, it's more more rounded off and it's not as squared off because of the bezels here in the Series 3. So you could definitely fit more information on the screen as far as complications go. You can fit a lot more on the display on your watch face. And really any piece of technology always looks better with less bezel. So obviously the Series 5 and the Series 4 are going to look better than the Series 3, but once again, you're not going to know that unless you're looking at them side by side. And by the way, if you guys want a direct comparison video between the Series 3 and the Series 5, let me know down in a comment below. This is more just focused on the Series 3, not really comparing every aspect to the Series 5. So let me know if you guys want that. If you take a look at the side of the Apple Watch here, you can see the Series 3 on top, Series 5 on the bottom here. You will see the red circle, which does indicate that it's a cellular model. It is slightly different on the Series 4 and the Series 5. Series 4 looks the same as the Series 5 here. You do also have the microphone cutout right there and a slightly smaller button right there. Now, one great thing that Apple has done with the Apple Watch is that all the Apple Watch bands fit every single series of Apple Watch. So basically, if I took the Series 5 watch band off and wanted to put it on my Series 3, it would work, and vice versa. So even if you bought, an Apple Watch Series 0 and you had a band for that, you would be able to use that on the Series 3. It doesn't matter the generation of the Apple Watch or the size of the watch face here. So like the 38 millimeter, and the 44 millimeter, it doesn't matter. That doesn't change how the watch bands actually fit on the watch. They're all reversible. They all work on all generations and all sizes, which is really nice. Now, in terms of the screen and durability here, it's held up extremely well. Now, this watch has been used nearly every day since it was purchased more than 2 years ago. I did get the Apple Watch Series 4 right after this released, but I did give it to my mom as a gift, and it's been used pretty much every single day, again, since 2017. And even though it is easy to hit the display, on surfaces, on your seatbelt and things like that throughout the day, if you have an Apple Watch, you will know it's very easy to hit the screen on things. It's still held up pretty well. I mean, there's not really much damage done to the screen. There's like one light scratch that you can only see when, it's dark, when the screen's not on and you're looking for it. But when the screen's on, you can't tell that there are any scratches or anything on the display itself. And that, of course, is thanks to the strong sapphire crystal glass, which is what Apple is using still to this day on the latest Apple Watch here, the Series 5. And speaking of that watch face here, we do have an OLED display here on the watch face, which does deliver pretty solid colors, deep blacks. Of course, it is OLED, so you are going to get the true black colors. It also has 1000 nits of peak brightness, so you're going to have no problem seeing your watch face and all the information on it while you're out and about in the sun, at the beach, or anything like that. And the display on the Series 3 compared to like the Series 4 and the Series 5 is basically null, since all three have the same OLED displays with 16 million colors, and also all three have the 1000 nit max brightness. So really no difference there, even going back to the 2017 Apple Watch. We do have Bluetooth 4.2 on the Series 3 compared to Bluetooth 5 on the Series 4 and the Series 5. But if you don't already know the difference between basically Bluetooth 4.2 and Bluetooth 5.0, this probably won't be a very big deal to you at all. The Series 3 is also waterproof up to 50 meters, which is about 164 feet, and that is the same as the Series 4 and the Series 5. Now, as for the battery life, this is one of the big reasons I think the Series 3 is a terrific buy in 2020. You're going to be getting all-day battery life. Apple claims 18 hours, which is pretty accurate, but I tend to get, through at least one full day and partially of the second day, partially through the second day before needing to actually throw my watch on the charger. And the great thing about that is the battery life is the same on the Series 3 as the Series 4 and the Series 5. And sometimes I actually find my Series 3 to get better battery life than my Series 5, which is crazy. But of course, that could be because of the always on display here on the Series 5. Now, as for the buying options, the Series 3 is only being sold in the aluminum option right now, although you can find the ceramic and the stainless steel ones for sale on eBay. I've always purchased the aluminum option myself anyways, because I just like the look and feel of it. Plus, it's always significantly cheaper than the other options. And by the way, if you do have the Nike option available for the same price, I would go ahead and get the Nike version, just because you do get that additional watch face as well. And speaking of the price, let's go ahead and get to that, because that is the main reason why I think the Apple Watch Series 3 is worth buying in 2019 and in 2020. So the price of the Apple Watch Series 3 on Apple.com and in Apple stores right now is $199 for GPS and $299 for the GPS Plus cellular model. However, if you're watching this before Black Friday, you can take advantage of an even better deal. Try $129 for a brand new Apple Watch. That's right, $129. And that's for the 38mm GPS model. And Walmart also has great deals on the cellular model, just $199 for that in either 38 or 42mm options. And just for comparison, the Series 4 is also on sale, but it's for $299 for the 40mm GPS and $349 for the cellular model. So yeah, at those insanely low prices, the Apple Watch Series 3 is easily the best value and the best bang for your buck of any Apple Watch. And in my opinion, it's the best value for any smartwatch on the market today and likely for all of 2020. And while the best prices are happening on Black Friday, there are other retailers selling this watch for cheaper than what Apple is selling it for on their website and in stores. Now, I will have the description updated throughout 2020 with the lowest prices, so definitely be sure to check out the description down below to make sure you get the lowest price possible for the Apple Watch Series 3. So if you're wanting to get your first Apple Watch or just upgrade from a previous generation Apple Watch, I think the Series 3 is the best way to go, especially if you can score on those amazing Black Friday deals, which again, I will have all those linked down in the description below. But even without the Black Friday deals, it's an amazing buy given the price and the fact that not a ton has changed really over the years in terms of functionality or battery life, which in my opinion are two of the most important factors for any tech product. So that's why I think the Apple Watch Series 3 is the best Apple Watch to buy in 2019 and in 2020, and I definitely think it's worth that very cheap price tag of just under $200. And if you guys want a direct comparison video between the Apple Watch Series 3 and the Series 5, or the Series 3 and the Series 4, or even all three together, let me know down in the comment below. This video is more just talking about the Series 3 in general, but I can get a little bit more into the specs and things like that if you guys want me to make that video, so let me know. But if you did enjoy this video, I would appreciate it if you gave it a thumbs up. Let me know down in the comment below if you have the Series 3, did you have the Series 3 and then you upgraded to something else? What price did you pay for? Just let me know all your thoughts down there in the comments section down below. You guys know I love responding to you down there as well. But anyways, guys, that's pretty much it for this video. Make sure to subscribe because I will be doing another review on the Series 3 in late 2020. Same with the Series 4 and Series 5. So definitely subscribe so you don't miss those upcoming videos. But anyways, thanks again for watching, and I'll see you soon.